So what I noticed, yesterday was like ascension day. Yesterday, everything aligned for me. Everything I did, there was no loneliness that day. I felt fulfilled in my heart. I felt like everywhere I went and what I did a whole bunch of things yesterday. But I never stopped until the end of the day. And so what I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of things to this. So what I'm trying to say is that certain days when you're suppressed and humanity is suppressed, I can almost, feel that, or feel like not so high frequency if you have to go to work. It's doing things you don't want to do. But if you do things you do want to do, keep your mind in alignment and be of you and be of doing what you want, then you get that happiness. And happiness is a good pathway on the ascension sort of fixed mind. You know what I mean? Because if the things are not fixed in your mind, you can lose energy from crying and doing different things like this. It drains your energy. So that's why I'm taking care of myself, fixing myself in a way, but in order to let others know how to do it as well. Because it's very difficult to actually go about, some of the things that you actually need to do to fix how you think about things in a negative way, to make it a positive way, in like doing all these things that kind of impact our lives. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is that it's like, how do I explain this? It's very subtle in the energies. How it could be a good day and a sort of, it's what we think in our mind that corresponds with our heart and our mind. So if that's in alignment with what we want to do, and our mind's thinking of the good thoughts of what our heart wants, rather than waiting or doing different stuff that has bad thoughts or nothing to do right now and all this other stuff. Well, see, I fall in a category of that sometimes, but that everybody goes through that eventually. You know what I mean? But if every day you had enough, every day the people around you were in a good vibration to be happy as well, and then more people would be happy around them people, because then people would hold a certain energy of well-being for not only themselves, because happiness is like taking care of yourself in a sort of way. If you're going to be happy, you wouldn't cut your thumb and go, ow. You know what I mean? If you're in a happy mood, you wouldn't do that. So what I'm trying to say is that it'd be beneficial for yourself and others. So if it's beneficial, all that we need to do is, it's real simple on this planet what to do, the Hobbit Home Society. But to actually do it and get it orchestrated, it's going to take a little bit of time. But what I'm trying to say is that that's why I need like fundraisers for this, eventually. Once I set the example, when I buy land, I found land out there for about, what is it? It's about like $3,000 to $4,000, $5,000, and not around the Merrill area, but there is land out there for that cheap, for an acre of land. So what I could do is I could just, set the Hobbit Home example, build it, know how to go about life, like the little garden, and to set the example of how things would operate in the system of the Hobbit Home Society. And then we could go about higher technology and living, and it'd be just corresponding where we only work once a month for our food source, and then we get back all our food for us. Food's free, but we contribute to our food source. Then we get the time to do what we want, develop higher technology, do this and that for our needs, and to meet up with the the Hobbit home society and stuff like that. But things would be operating in a different way. So the way that you were taught how to live is based off of the system of how they made it. So what I'm saying is the system right now can be changed or better free. You know what I mean? Having people more free. It could be more free and everything could still function and go around. Trust me, there is multiple ways to have a society. It's just that we're living in one function of it. And it changes a little bit. But you notice when they get presidents, no president ever changes anything. They change little bits of things and stuff, pass bills, do different things like that. But do they really change? You know what I mean? The world that we're living in for the better? That's because it's more or less, there's other allies and things that are doing things a certain way in the world. And it's functioning a certain way. And there is certain rules and different things in different places that function in different ways, but it's mostly just the same. The baseline of the society is the same everywhere you go. The cultural difference, there's different buildings and different cultures. Yeah, exactly. All over the world, so that makes it unique. But what I'm saying, the society in general is the same. We all live in the same rigged society. So if there's two societies that live a little bit different ways that could help benefit the earth, and then having the matrix, you know, the normal society that we're in right now, for the people that want to live this way. And then if there was a split between the people that wanted to live that way and that way, it'd be your choice from birth which way you'd want to live. Now, your parents could probably have a hold over, oh, I want you to live here this way, and sometimes you want to live there and that way. But guess what? Would there be rules of that now you can't see other people or go other places? No, once there's two worlds, you can go other places in the Matrix for a while, or go in the Hobbit home society for a while. But you can't bring the junk from the Matrix society into the Hobbit home society, because it has to be clean living. And you can't take the clean living into the Matrix society, because then they would, you know what I mean, feel like it's part mixing it within their society, which they wouldn't want that to be there. You know what I mean? Because it's not their products or things on their land, of their way of life for the Matrix. But the way of life for the Hobbit home society would be good, but people could still go in the Matrix or do the Matrix things or the Hobbit home things, vice versa. But yeah, until the world, you know, until we stop reaching crisis mode on the planet to where we gotta fix these problems like right now. See, problem solutions are better than keeping problems going. They want to keep the problems going because it creates confusion. It creates two sides to the coin. They're always battling, and nobody wins, because that's how they want it. That's how they want it. And makes you think somebody's going to win for what's going to take place to change the world. But honestly, they're not going to do it because it's rigged. The system is rigged to be the way it is. Now, if we had passed bills to make this Hobbit home society at a small scale, and it wasn't, you know, infiltrating on the land of any other city, it would have to be a fresh start from the wilderness for a society like that. But what I'm trying to say is that it would be living with nature, so it'd be part of the country. So pretty soon, you know how there's country and city? What if there was just all city? Then you'd need the Hobbit home society to have some country, because there's too many people living on a planet. But anyway, that's all I'm trying to say. I finally got warmed up in the podcast to talk about this on the level. So, Neil worships the divine goddess. Girls, I hope you're doing good. And I love you, girls. And you've been treating me good, so I can't complain. Anyway, yep. Have a good day, everybody, and just think about what I said, like that everything has like this oneness, and there's dimensionality through the dream realm. So we have so much information that's available, that exists in the universe and the other dimensions and other universes that have this sort of capability of bringing life to the surface of its intelligence. You know what I mean? And if you just stay at a certain lower level of frequency, it's like your energy can't be fully ignited within you to experience your own energy. It seems like the other souls or entities or demons would drain that energy in lower dimensions. And in higher dimensions, you have your energy, and you have good days and ascended days. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. Like in the summertime, everybody's having fun because the sun is light. It brings happiness and joy. And that's what everybody needs, you know? Living and being happy, and that's on the good pathways of the brain. So anyway, have a good day, girls. All right, bye.